Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, if you've been looking for one of the most devious all-around center builds on NBA 2K26, look no further. This is the video for y'all. Now listen, bro, I just now dropped my top 5 builds video. If y'all haven't seen that, go watch it. It's a banger. But look, man, this center, not only does it have legend rebound chaser, legend box out beast, it also has legend paint patroller and legend high flying denier. You're not going to believe me until you see the center. Like, this center is ridiculous. And on top of having all 4 of those badges on legend, you're also going to have crazy shooting, bro. Like, this is easily one of the best center builds in the game, if not the best. But look, man, enough talking, enough yapping. Let's get right into this banger.
We don't care.
Alright, so now when it comes to making the absolute best center build on this game, I don't care what no one says. First off, there's going to be 2 center builds in this video. So if you haven't watched my top 5 builds video, that center from that video is still a demon. But this center, in my opinion, is just so much better all around. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, for your height, I want to go exactly 7 feet. You can go 7'1" if you want to, but you just get way more out of going 7 foot. It's just a better height, in my opinion. For the weight, you want to drop your weight all the way down to exactly 249 pounds. And for your wingspan, just leave it at 7'3". I know 7'3" wingspan on a center is crazy, but the highest wingspan we could possibly get is only 7'6", and going all the way up to 7'6" is just not worth it, in my opinion, this year. So just leave your wingspan at 7'3". Now, as for the stats on this build, off the first, we're going to have an 83 3-ball on our shooting, which is going to give us bronze limitless range. It's going to help y'all very, very much. And for y'all mid-range shot, you want to go ahead and put this up to 75, just so you can get some extra takeovers and things of that nature. If you want to use some, you know what I'm saying, different takeovers and stuff like that, go crazy. But look, this is how you want to set up the shooting on this build. And for this build, we're not taking the shooting specialization path. We're going down the defensive specialization path. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, for y'all free throw, you want to go exactly 70 free throw. In my opinion, you don't need anything higher than 70 free throw. If you're doing anything higher, you're kind of dragging it. Like, at that point, bro, just give it up. I ain't going to cap to y'all. And since we do get a tier 1 max plus 2 on this build, you're also going to be able to have Hall of Fame set shot specialist on this build, so you're not going to be missing any threes at all. So don't even worry about that, or you can use that max plus 2 on something else. It's completely up to y'all. As for your standing dunk, again, you are a big man. You need to be dunking the ball a lot. It's just principle at this point. So y'all want to go 90 standing up. This is going to give y'all gold rise up, and obviously to get gold rise up, we have to upgrade our vertical, which on this build we're going to be upgrading our vertical all the way up to exactly 83. Well, 83 vertical is pretty much the perfect vertical. You get so many good badges. It's kind of ridiculous. Hall of Fame pogo stick. You also get Hall of Fame high flying denier. It's kind of crazy, but as y'all can see over here on the 90 standing up, we do in fact get gold rise up, which, if y'all don't know, you also get a tier 1 max plus 1 as well. So you could put on Rise Up Hall of Fame if y'all want to. Me, I don't really need it that much, but if y'all want to do that, you can. You can go crazy with that. Anyway, for your driving dunk, you want to go ahead and put your driving dunk at exactly 70. You don't need to go any higher than this. 70 dunk is perfect. You're going to get all the good, I'm saying, alley-oop dunks in the game. You're going to be going crazy. It's nothing crazy at all. Now, if you want to, you could go up to 73, get posterizer on bronze, and then since posterizer is a bronze badge, you could use your tier 2. Yes, because posterizer is a tier 2. You could use your tier 2 max plus 1 and push this all the way to gold. But that's up to y'all. In my opinion, I don't really think it's worth it on this type of build. You're really not going to be using it anyways. Next, I know y'all might be looking at the post control. Oh, 50 post control. Trust me, bro. You're not going to need the post control. 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to be posting up literally at all. I know people are going to say, what? I need post control. I need y'all. Bro, chill. If you want post control, upgrade it. But me, I don't really need post control on the center. Like, I'm never really using post control. And anytime I'm really using standing dunks, like, I'm already in the paint going crazy. So I don't really need post control. Like, that's just me. Now, as for your pass act and ball handle and speed ball, you don't need to touch your ball handle. You don't need to touch your speed ball. Neither of these are important as a center. I don't care what no one says. If you're running main center, do not touch ball handle and speed ball. They upgrade on their own. We have passing accuracy, which is the most important thing as a center. You're going to be passing the ball a lot. You need to have at least an 87 pass act. Now, you could go with the 93 for a Hall of Fame break starter, but gold break starter is pretty good on this game. You also get gold versatile visionary and gold dimer. And since gold dimer is a tier 2. Instead of boosting anything else in this tier, you could go for Hall of Fame Dimer on this build as well. So it'll basically like you have a 98 pass act for your team, which is kind of crazy. But there is something else I personally am going to use my tier 2 max plus 2 on. Now, as for your defense on this build, which is one of the most important, if not the most important things about this build that makes it so broken, and that is, of course, the block. The first thing for your block, you want to go all the way up to exactly 91. Now, you may be asking, why am I going 91 and not 93? I need to get gold paint patroller. Chillax, my guy. If you go with the defense specialization path on this build with 2 cap breakers that you're going to gain through the defense specialization tab, you're going to be able to put 2 cap breakers towards your paint patroller and get a 93 block. Now you may be asking, well, in the intro you said you would have legend paint patroller and legend high fly denier. Yes, with your max plus 2 and max plus 1 that you're going to be getting from your defense, you're going to go ahead and push your paint patroller all the way up to legend. Yes, legend paint patroller. And also you're going to have a max plus 1 for your defense, meaning once you have a 93 block, you're also going to have Hall of Fame high flying denier. And since you're going to have an extra max plus 1 left over in the defense category, and throw that on post lockdown or whatever y'all want to, or you can throw it on high flying denier and get a legend high flying denier, which is ridiculous on this build. Meaning you're going to have 2 legend defense badges on this build, which is already nuts. We didn't even touch the rebounding yet. Now for y'all still, you want to go exactly 60 on the still. Again, if y'all don't know, interceptor is the way better badge. Glove is pretty much nerfed. For y'all perimeter, again, you're not really going to be guarding that much on the perimeter, but anytime you are on the perimeter, you don't want to be playing horrendous defense. Like, you want to be able to move a little bit. So go 62. You're also going to get a movable enforcer, of course. And for y'all interior defense, you're going to need at least an 82 interior defense at the very least. Now, you could go way higher on your interior defense if you want to, but that's up to y'all, because in my opinion, the legend paint patroller, legend high flying denier, well, legend paint patroller in general is just going to make up for that loss of interior defense regardless. So you're going to be going crazy regardless. Anyway, for y'all defensive rebound and offensive rebound. Now, you can choose whichever one of these you want to have at 96. If you want to go O board, if you want to go D board. In my opinion, this year, you might as well just go 96 on your D board. This is going to give you a Hall of Fame rebound chaser off the rip and Hall of Fame box out beast off the rip. Now, again, like I said, I told y'all that you get paint patroller and high flying denier and legend through your defense max plus 2s and max plus 1s. I didn't even talk about the regular season max plus 1. You're going to be able to put your rebound chaser on legend. And since you also get another max plus 1 through the cruise tab, you're also going to be able to put your box out beast on legend, which is ridiculous, bro. You're going to be going stupid on this build. So you're going to have legend rebound chaser, legend box out beast, legend high flying denier, legend paint patroller. You can't make a more, like, you can't make a better center build. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Anyway, for y'all offensive rebound, again, you want to go 85 offensive rebound. I know this is kind of low for O board, so this is why I said y'all could swap out the O board for the D board. That's completely up to y'all. If you want more O board, go 96, because you're going to need 96 regardless. Now for y'all speed, y'all want to go exactly 67 on y'all speed. You want to be as fast as you possibly can. Now you could go a little bit higher. You do get a 69 speed, but in my opinion, just leave it at 67, or you could drop it to 65. That's completely up to y'all, whatever y'all want to do. For y'all agility, you want to go all the way up to exactly 50 on the agility, or you could drop your speed down to 65 and put the rest of the points on your agility and so on and so on, whatever y'all want to do, but it's up to y'all. Anyway, for y'all strength, this is the most controversial part of the build, and this is probably where y'all probably gonna lose me on the build, but trust me when I say this, the strength is not gonna be that big of a factor. I know people might tweak out when they see it, but chill, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, the strength is not gonna be that big of a factor. Anyway, for y'all strength, you're going to want to go 83 on the strength. I know that might sound crazy. Hold on, chillax. I know it might sound crazy, but since we have legend paint patrol, legend high flying denier, legend rebounding badges, in my opinion, and we're gonna have Hall of Fame pogo stick. In my opinion, bro, that the sacrifice in that 91 strength, brick wall, and things of that nature for all those devious badges on this build, in my opinion, the 83 strength is not going to be that bad. You just got to play good defense. But if you don't play good defense, obviously you're going to get cooked. But I'm trying to tell y'all, this build is going to be so devious to the point where it's not going to matter anymore. So trust me on this. But if you think that the 83 strength is literally crucifying the build, the second build is going to definitely be for y'all. Now, for the takeovers that you can run on this build, it's completely up to y'all on what y'all want to do. Me personally, I like to run Splash Tower, which gives you the Crasher takeover ability. In my opinion, the better center takeover ability in the game. Splash Tower, in my opinion, is probably the best because it gives you O board, D board, and 3-point shot, which is very, very important. But when custom takeover comes in the game, I'm going to be changing out the defensive rebound for just O board and 3-point shot. If I can just do two things, that'll be just way better. So anyway, for this build, we do in fact get shades of Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, Jack Sigma. I probably said his name wrong, my fault. And for the build, man, we do in fact get an inside out glass Guardian. Now, as for the second center build, if you haven't seen my top 5 best builds, this is the build from that video. But if you have seen it, then obviously just skip to the jump shots. Anyway, for this build, y'all want to go exactly, obviously center, 7 feet, of course. And for the weight, you want to drop it all the way down to 249 pounds. For the wingspan, you want to keep it at exactly 7'3" wingspan. I know, bro, 7'3" wingspan, not it, bro. You can go all the way up to 7'6" if you want to. That's up to y'all. But 7'3" is just the way to go in my opinion. Anyway, for y'all, 3-ball on this build, again, like I said, you're going to be shooting pretty good on this build. You're going to have a lot of good jump shots and things of that nature. 83 3-ball, of course. 75 midi for all of the good takeovers in the game as well. And just like the first build, we're going 90 standing dunks so we can get all the big man contact dunks in the game. We'll go rise up, 70 on the drive and layup. Keep your post control all the way up. Put your post control all the way up to exactly 60. It doesn't really matter anyway. We're not really posting anyway at all. For your passing accuracy, just like the first build, we're going all the way up to exactly 87 on the pass side for gold break starter. Now for our defense, we're going to be going 60 still, of course, just like the first build. 62 on the perimeter defense, of course. This is where we're going to also get a movable enforcer. For our interior defense, we're also going to have 82 interior defense. Now for our block, this is very, very different from the first build. We're going to be going 88 block. Yes, 88 block. So we can get, I'm pretty sure, silver or gold half line denier, one or the other. I gotta upgrade the vertical so I can show y'all real quick. We're gonna be going 83 on our vertical. Yes, we get gold half line denier. And since this is a tier 2 badge, we can use our tier 2 max plus 2 to go ahead and push this all the way to legend. If y'all want that, y'all can go crazy with this, or y'all can put it on, you know what I'm saying, whatever else y'all want to. Dimer or whatever else. You're still going to have a legend defensive badge. You're not going to have paint patroller on legend, which is tough. It is only going to be on gold, which if you use your max plus 1 tier 1 badge on this through the season pass, you're going to have gold paint patroller, which is kind of cool. But anyway, the difference between the first build and this build is you're going to have a 91, yes, 91 strength, because I know a lot of people won't say, what, bro, 83 strength is ain't enough. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not that crazy. The first build is way better than this build, but hey, I know some people going to be tweeting out about it. Anyway, for y'all, speed and agility, you want to go exactly 50 on the agility and 65 on the speed, of course. This way, your physicals are going to be looking good. Very, very great. Very, very sleek. Again, you're going to have 91 strength. Lock down a lot of the bigger centers in the game and things of that nature. And you have 83 vert, so you're going to be jumping out the gym. No cap. And for y'all, defensive rebound and offensive rebound. Now, again, this is where it gets a bit tricky. Again, if you're going with the rebounding specialization tab, like the first build, you want the defense specialization tab. So we got legendary paint patroller. For the rebounding tab, since we're going to go with the rebounding specialization on this build, we're going to go with the 92. Yes, 92 defense rebound. Now hold on, I know you might be saying, what? This is trash. 90 rebound, that's it. Hold on, calm down, Jamal. Calm down, Jamal. Like, yo, you're bugging. Anyway, what you want to do is go +2 through the cap breakers that you're going to get through the defense, through the rebounding specialization tab. You're going to go +2. This is going to give y'all Hall of Fame. Yes, Hall of Fame box out beast when you put the +2 to there. Now you may be asking, well, how do I get legend? Since we're going to have a +1 and a +2 permanently on this build, We're going to have legend rebound chaser with our max +2 that we're getting through the rebounding path. And we're going to have a max +1 on our box out beast, giving us legend box out beast. So regardless, your rebounding is not going to be bad on this build. You're going to have legend rebound chaser, legend box out beast, and on defense, you're going to have legend high flying denier. I don't care what no one says. This is one of the best center builds in the game as well. So, hey, I'm giving y'all 2 gems in this one video, of course. And for y'all free throw, again, if you go into the rec or something like that, you want to be able to shoot free throws and things of that nature. So, of course, go ahead and max it all the way out to exactly 75. And for y'all takeover, I mean, again, y'all can run whatever y'all want to. I personally think that splash tower is going to be the best way for you to go. 3-ball, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, best way you can possibly go. And for the shades on this build, again, same as the first build, Jack Sigma, Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic. Build name or archetype, inside out glass guardian. Now for the jump shots on this build, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now. I got this from Brother Jones. Again, I'm still labbing my jump shots for all my builds, really. For this jump shot on this build, you want to go ahead and run Mike Mazzulla. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Anyway, Mike Mazzulla's base, Kevin Durant's upper release 1, Isaac Jones upper release 2, and for your blending and release speed, go 100% on the release speed, 90% KD, 10% Isaac Jones. Also, another great jump shot that I did try out from Swish DF. This is a really, really good jump shot. And if you don't want to go 83 through ball, you want more, wingspan, this jump shot is pretty good as well. It only requires a 71 3-ball, so you could drop your 3-ball to like 78. For the release speed and visual cue, you want to go push on this jump shot, 100% release speed, 35% Anthony Davis, 65%. I'm gonna just say his name is NB. Anyway, but look, man, if y'all did in fact enjoy this center build video, bro, if y'all did like this center build, go ahead and drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel. But look, man, I'm out this joint. Peace.